How are you?
Roman,
Know the rules.
Know the
know
rules.
the rules.
I know the rules.
I know the
Let me
rules.
guess. Let me guess. If I sit through this review, I get 10 years off my time. Am I right?
Nope.
No, you're stuck with us for life.
Yep. Womp womp. So, welcome to
Oh, well.
Cinemadness, the podcast. We are doing a quick review on Suicide Squad. Not to be confused with
The
the
Suicide
it
Squad,
is the Suicide Squad, not to be confused with Suicide Squad,
which doesn't exist
which
anymore.
was a bad movie. But this is the new movie that came
It was
out
not a bad movie.
last week on HBO Max and select theaters.
Pretty much all theaters that are open.
Select theaters.
All 6,000 of them.
Yes. So.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Good seeing you guys.
Yeah. So I really liked the film. I liked the first one. And I was really excited about seeing this one just because it's such a fun story, such a good comic. So when it finally came out for the second time around, I was surprisingly optimistic, and I wasn't disappointed. I was really enjoyed it, but I enjoyed the first one. But I don't know about you guys, but the difference between Suicide Squad versus The Suicide Squad is probably a lack of the need of cocaine to watch it. Agree?
Cocaine? Like you needed cocaine to watch the first one?
I felt like I did because all the colors and all the quick action, so on and so forth.
All the boredom. Yeah.
I actually don't remember the first one really at all because I was so disengaged in that film. Only because I'm not familiar with the Suicide Squad. I don't read comics, so I didn't really know those people. And David Ayers, I think that's what his name is, who directed that. I feel that he made it almost like he tried to be campy, but it didn't work. It was a little serious. I didn't understand any of these characters. I didn't like grow to like them or dislike them. I just thought it was a mess. It was a jumbled mess. And so the only reason I was a little kind of excited about this one is because of the director. Because I was like, if it's anything like the other one, I don't really want to go see it. So, but I saw it and I really enjoyed it because he didn't take himself seriously. I feel that he, I don't know. I feel like he had fun with it and like the cast had fun with it. Like they knew that they were supposed to be these like crazy characters and it was supposed to be, really graphic and violent and all that. But I don't know. The first
James Gunn has come out and said that this movie basically saved his life, not just his career, but his life, because he was under so much stress of being so structured with Marvel and having all these
rules.
Just you can't use this character, you can't kill off this character, you can't use this character, and he did everything he did and made two of the most enjoyable movies in the MCU, and then stuff from his trauma days come out and Disney cans him and he's like, well, my career's done, and he kind of went into like seclusion for a while until Warner Brothers came and said, we want you to do the Suicide Squad, and he goes, I'll do that. That sounds like fun. What are my limits? They said, you have no limits. You can do whatever you want. You can use any characters you want. And he decided on his own to use all these CD listers that, maybe appeared once in the 60s or 80s and 90s. And it was an absolute joy for him to make, and it shows. And it really reinvigorated him in his filmmaking career, and it really like I said, it really shows that it's just so enjoyable. All the pictures from all the sets, everybody's just loving it. Just seems like a really good attitude shooting the movie.
It was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. I liked the twists in it. I loved Ratcatcher 2. I absolutely love Ratcatcher 2. I thought she was great. I loved Bloodsport. I thought he was a fantastic ripoff of basically not Deadpool, Deadshot.
Nope, not at all.
I get that.
Was
I get
Deadshot
that, but
Will Smith?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Well, huh?
no. Well, no. For the record, I know the difference between the two. Please know that. But the layman who's coming into it, I feel that they may not know the difference between the two. They'll see a very beautiful, handsome black man whose skill set is to shoot things at any angle and with deadly accuracy. And he has issues with his daughter.
Did Deadshot have that?
But that was the funny thing about this movie was when he met up with his daughter, they were just like at each other's necks the whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's unlike the Will Smith thing. They're like, oh my daughter, oh my dad. And it was when that happened in the theater, I loved it. I was like, this is the Suicide Squad we're looking for. And to be fair, Idris Alba was considered to remake Deadshot, and they just and Gunn decided to use Bloodsport, and I think that was a better idea because
another thing that stood out in this film, I don't know, Alison, if you agree with me or not, but Viola Davis, I really don't think this woman can do anything wrong.
Oh no,
the first film, I know you didn't remember it. Viola Davis wasn't overall that memorable. Like she stood there, she looked rough in the first film. And in this one, she scared the shit out of me.
Well, I remember her in the first one where she was at like a dinner table with somebody. I don't remember what character it was.
The first 5 minutes.
Oh, that's all I remember of that stupid ass movie. And I asked Adam after the movie, I said, is her character, she's basically like a good person gone bad. Like she's bad, like she will do anything to save her ass and her job, basically.
She has her own agenda and she doesn't hide it.
Right. And she's a badass. But Viola Davis, I have liked Viola Davis for a long time. She is a wonderful, brilliant actress. And you guys probably don't watch it. I think it's over with now. But How to Get Away with Murder, she's very similar in this role where she will do anything to protect herself and her job. Like she'll just push everybody else aside. And I feel like that's like how Amanda Waller is, where she was just like, I'll do anything because this is what I'm supposed to do to protect my country, but it's really protecting her ass.
Yeah. I mean, her nickname is The Wall for a reason.
Yeah. But she was great in the movie. Two people stood out more than her for me, but she was up there.
Okay. So let's go through that. Who exactly stood out in this film for you?
Well, number one, I mean, I think this is obvious, but Margot Robbie, she nails Harley Quinn. She has in the past two movies. She knows her mannerisms. She has the voice down. I mean, she is Harley Quinn. So I just think she's great in it. She was so funny in this movie. And to me, it looked like maybe it was Gunn, maybe it was a little bit of her, because I know she has a lot to say. She had a lot to say in her own film, just the
Birds of Prey. Yeah,
Birds of Prey. So I don't know if it was a mixture of both of them or some of the writers, but I feel that they paid more attention to her aesthetic in this movie than the other one, as far as her color schemes go. They put emphasis on the red and the black. They showed her little tattoos a little more. The diamonds,
the Harley Quinn diamonds.
Quinn diamonds. I don't know. She seemed funny, and she's just one of those characters that she plays it where you just fall in love with her, and you're not supposed to. Like, she's not a good person, but she's just so lovable, and you just like, I want to be her friend.
But if you are her friend, you might get killed.
Yes, but she's going to like in Birds of Prey.
Feel really bad about it. She'll feel bad about it. Like, I think that she'd hang out with me a lot. You might get killed, but until then, like, she's got your back 100%.
Well, I'm not saying she'll kill you. You'll just get killed hanging out with her.
Yeah, but she might kill you too, just because she has to. But yeah, I just think she's great at it. And Idris Alba, I think he stood out for me. I think he's a fantastic actor. And if this doesn't show people even though he didn't have a lot of humor because he's not necessarily supposed to be. But if this doesn't show people that he could potentially be the next James Bond, I don't really know what will, because I think he could play. I think he nailed it on the action. I haven't seen him in a lot of action stuff. So
now something else that I have to point out about you. Someone else stood out for you in the movie.
Oh! Yeah.
Because when the bad thing happened, you were really upset. When David dashed from Ant-Man.
Yeah, like we're not going to go into any spoilers or anything, obviously, because it's a brand new movie. But one of the characters that was introduced is Polka Dot Man. And when I first saw the preview, I'm like, Polka Dot Man? Like, what is this? Is so lame. And I'm like, whatever. And when he first came on, I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of weird, but he turned into a badass for me, and I really liked him.
And one thing I have to point out when I was doing research for this movie was that the CG rats, Sebastian, just like the babies in movies, were played by two different rats. One named Jaws, and one named Crisp Rat.
Chris Rat instead of Chris Pratt.
From a James Gunn movie. So yeah, I really like what they did with Polka Dot Man. I even like what they did with Bloodsport. In the comic, he could manifest weapons from other dimensions, but in the movie, he had them all over his outfit, and that kind of made him more of a grounded character and something that showed more drama, because just like that one part where he ran out of weapons. And I really like the fact that they paid attention to what they looked like in the comic. They weren't afraid to take the comic book characters and put it on screen. And that's the one thing that I will always love James Gunn for. Polka Dot Man looked just like Polka Dot Man. Peacemaker looked just like Peacemaker. In the 60s, he had that helmet, which was supposed to connect to other satellites. That's why it looked like that. Bloodsport's helmet looked just like Bloodsport's helmet in the comic books. It was fantastic. And Starro looked like Starro.
Yeah, spot on.
It was great. Sylvester Stallone's King Shark. King Shark ran away with that movie. He was great. I don't think I've ever heard Alison laugh so much when he started doing the mustache.
He was so stupid. I disagree with it. He ran away with the movie, but I mean, he was funny. He was just like a group character to me. But when he's just like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, he thinks that's good enough for a mustache. I don't know. It was funny.
By the way, a lot of characters die in this movie.
Oh yeah.
They're called the Suicide Squad for a reason. So,
and that's a couple notes that I have on it is, number one, I was so happy that a lot of people died because they are called the Suicide Squad. So let people die. Yeah. Let them die. Also, when I saw your boy Idris Alba. Yep. Idris Alba. I remember thinking, oh, I'm finally getting that loser sequel I always wanted.
I thought that too. I was like, oh, but he's speaking with his real accent this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
And then he writes down no connection. Like he had to put that down.
No connection.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But so I got two things, and then I'm going to come back to what I was talking about my wife, which totally straight off subject. But anyways, so when Jotunheim, when they showed the starfish on the face, I'm like, this feels like a trauma film. It really does. It really has that kind of, you're expecting the Toxic Avenger to show up any second. In my opinion,
yeah, I can see that, and I've never really liked trauma.
It's an O.
Sorry, I've never really liked it. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's just not my style. It's just not my thing. Mm-hmm. But I remember when it shows, that all the people with the starfish on their face, and then like how like their bodies were twitching, and then somebody's face was off, and it was like chewing it and stuff. And I was like, this is really not only gory, but this is really heavy, like sci-fi, like old like 50s type sci-fi, and it's a lot different than what we're used to with superhero movies,
Comic book movies. Yeah.
And I like that. That's awesome. But there was a lot of, and we'll go back to your thing, I promise. But
no, you're good.
There was a lot of things at the end that were very triggering for me. And I don't even like using the word triggering, but
you're just like, oh God.
I have problems. I do not like rats at all. So at the end, and I don't want to spoil anything, but with the abundance of rats, oh, okay, no. But I have a thing, and I think we've talked about this before when I've brought up Pirates of the Caribbean. Anything to do with like coral and starfish and things like squirting out babies out of them, no. And things on faces. When Starro opens up on his side, like he has these things that open up, and he just goes, and like millions of babies come out. I literally am like, no, like, ew. I said to Adam, I'm going to have nightmares. I'm going to have nightmares about that. And then the rats, and I think something else, but I just don't like that.
Oh, and when the rats were inside Starro?
Oh, that was, when the rats were inside Starro and they were eating him. Nope, I was out. I said, this is the end of me for tonight. I'm going to have horrible nightmares. So, yeah.
So I remember when we were going to say no spoilers.
I know, right? Going back to Trauma, little fun tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
In the nightclub scene, that little seedy bar,
Mhm.
there were two things. One, Mantis was the main girl up on the stage dancing and singing, and two, at the bar dancing with another girl was Lloyd Kaufman, creator of Trauma and all the directors.
Wait, which one was Polka Dot Man's mom?
That was so great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love there's a scene, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, hopefully you have, but if you haven't,
you should probably stop watching this review.
Probably. Or it's a hell of a job at editing by Adam. Thank you. But basically they gave Polka Dot Man an angle where he envisions people to be his mom, and that's how Polka Dot Man is able to do the evil things that he's able to do, is he envisions that he's putting it onto his mom. So there's a scene where Polka Dot Man, you see the team in Polka Dot Man's vision, and the whole team is his mom, including King Shark. Now, speaking of King Shark, I got two more notes. I want to finish the story real quick, and then I want to talk about my last note, and then move on from there. But my wife, when I was watching the movie with my wife, she said, King Shark is really stupid. I go, no, I don't think so. And here's why. Because you got to remember, he is a living shark god, essentially. And he's learning the English language. So he's kind of seeing things the way like you or I would be seeing if we barely have a grasp of Spanish or French. And we might go, Libre-toi, Merci Baki, doing little things. I don't think that he is stupid.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
I don't see King Shark as intelligent or stupid. I see him as like a toddler, just learning how to live still. Okay. Because he's a shark god. You don't know how long his life is. Maybe he's still in his infancy.
But speaking of stupid, a slight criticism that I have is the Thinker. The Thinker, in my opinion, was kind of stupid in terms of maybe he has a hubris where he thought that he could never be overcome.
Well, yeah, he's a mad scientist.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's just to me how he died was a little bit kind of like
You're a thinker. You didn't.
Yeah, I could see that. He wasn't memorable for me. Like he was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
was kind of a waste of Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, it was.
For the most part, I mean, he served his purpose, so to get everybody into Guggenheim and
Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Guggenheim.
Now, I said Guggenheim.
I know. She said Guggenheim.
Guggenheim.
Okay.
Or if you're in Gotham City, the Fugelheim.
Fuggelheim.
Fuggelheim.
The Tim Burton Museum
Oh.
in Gotham City. What about the most memorable character that should never be forgotten? Milton.
Who's Milton?
You want to talk about a scene that'll never get old for me?
Oh yeah. That was like the best 2-minute scene in the entire movie. Like
right, and then the joke at the end was the greatest.
Yeah. But that's the type of humor that I just love. And I was telling Adam, I'm like, I wonder if there's people that are so into comic book movies. I mean, I think if you're going to do a James Gunn movie, you kind of know that there's going to be a lot of that because he had that in both Guardians movies. Mm-hmm. But I wonder if there's people that are like, God, I really want to see just like, a true, fighting comic book movie. And I want it to be serious. And that was dumb. Like, why did they even do that dry humor? Like when Harley's saying, if we find out you have vanity license plates, we'll kill you. Like, that's funny to me. And I love it.
And that's a throwback. That's a throwback too from the last movie, from her trauma, because Joker had plates.
Right. And then she's like, if you sneeze or you cough, is it sneeze or cough?
If you don't cover
your mouth. And then what's his name? And then Flag. Yeah. He's like, actually, I think that goes without saying that you do need to cover your mouth. Like, I love that stuff, but I'm just wondering if people are just like, oh, come on, just get on with it. Like, this is dumb.
Well, that was the problem with the first movie. They had like all this stuff going on, and then they have to stop and go to this bar, and that bar scene was so detached from the movie. That was the problem with Ayer, is he doesn't understand how to use dialogue. James Gunn does.
Was that the scene with Joker? That bar was that a bar?
No. It's in the middle of the movie where they just realized we're not coming back from this.
Oh,
and it was a terrible scene. It was too much drama for no reason, and it shows that Ayer is not a good director. Even if there is an Ayer cut out there, making it longer is not going to make it any better. James Gunn knows how to flow a movie. He's known how to do that since Tromeo and Juliet. Not Tromeo versus Juliet.
# release the Ayer cut. Let's get it going.
Oh, that's been going for a while.
I'm just being funny, because of Snyder
but
cut.
I know. After seeing this, I don't care about the Ayer cut anymore.
Ayer cut.
Well, to see
like hair.
How good the Snyder cut was, I'm just curious. I truly am curious to see the vision, because I think it's pretty much known to everybody that Warner Brothers, I love Warner Brothers, I love DC, I absolutely do. But to me, it seems quite evident that they were overbearing. They were trying to.
They don't know what to do.
They were trying to compete so bad with Marvel. I think they ruined some great vision with Snyder Cut, maybe with Ayer, but maybe they were right on Ayer. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if there's another director's cut in any movie, I feel that fans have every right to see that cut. I just found out that there was a director's cut of Dr. Sleep that has different stuff in it. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
Yeah.
I do, though, have the director's cut of Midsommar, which is nearly 4 hours long.
Huh. I mean, it took me 2 weeks to finish the Snyder cut, and that was 4 hours long.
I watched it 5 times.
I know.
Oh, man. Yeah. I watched that multiple times. I put that on. I just watch and I absorb.
You guys just touched yourselves the whole time. I get it. But my point is, if there's a director's cut out there for any movie, I feel like it should be accessible to people.
I agree. So. I'm totally against studio controlled movies. That's what happened with a lot of great movies. Look at Blade Runner. Blade Runner was a complete box office flop until 1992, 93, when Ridley Scott was able to recut it into the director's cut, and people realized this is a piece of art.
Yeah.
So I'm always for director's cuts of movies.
So where is the Suicide Squad going to go? I know there's some people are claiming it's a flop. Some people are claiming that it's a success. The critics love it. It seems like.
it is a flop because the box office is not what it used to be because of where we are right now in the world, and we have to split it up between people wanting to leave their house and people not wanting to leave their house, and that's another problem that we're having with this modern take on the Hollywood box office. Just because it's not making the money that, say, even the original Suicide Squad did when everybody was going to the movies, the only way you could see it, that shouldn't tell you if a movie's a flop. We did the whole episode on flops, on why it doesn't make sense, and this still doesn't make sense. Critics love it, fans love it. It's got a pretty high Rotten Tomatoes score on both critic and viewership. It has the Peacemaker show is coming out later this year. It's either later this year or early to 2022. It's all shot. It's all done. It's John Cena and James Gunn. And it's also the office workers that worked with Amanda Waller that turned on her.
But doesn't going back to the financial success, I understand they're not going to make as much money because people are watching it for free at home.
Technically for free.
I'm sorry?
Technically for free.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. HBO Max had to pay out the ass for all of these movies. So I'm sure it cuts down to, this movie, they paid X amount. What was the last movie that was on there? I don't know, like the big movies.
Space Jam.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Space Jam was a big deal.
So if HBO was like, we'll pay you $20 million for the rights to show this, shouldn't that money go to the box office?
Yeah, it should go towards the gross.
You would think. So, I mean, I think all they're losing is people going to the theaters. I think I don't think they're losing as much as maybe people want you to think they are, but I don't think that, I don't know. I don't necessarily think they'll say they should say it's a flop because it's
they
not.
They already have.
They shouldn't. I said
I know.
Shouldn't.
I know.
Some camps are, some camps aren't.
Yeah, because everybody who's watching that movie on HBO has paid for HBO. Well, some people have paid for HBO, some people have not, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and the theater movies are only through the paid subscription. Because there's one with ads.
Oh yeah, right.
You can't watch those.
Yeah,
you can't watch it with that.
Yeah, they were talking about changing that because they think HBO is somebody was saying it's too much, it's too expensive, but I don't think that the top thing is that expensive.
No, and it has a lot to offer.
Right. So there again, it's like, what are you complaining about? You get these
the internet world
movies. Like, you're gonna show Matrix on this.
Yeah, it's $14.99.
That's it, $14.99.
Yeah, you're getting DC Universe. Okay, so you have access to a lot of the DC canon there. You have
Warner Brothers.
You got Warner Brothers. You have, I want to say, Nat Geo or one of them, one of those little things. Yeah. There's a few different areas. CNN, some of the made for CNN documentary.
Their CNN shows are awesome.
You get the CW shows too.
Yeah, you get Adult Swim, you get Cartoon Network.
Yes. I should have let in with that.
Let's just pimp out HBO on our review.
Well, it is on
not
HBO
a sponsor.
Max, The Suicide Squad
on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
The November or the October home for Dune. By the way, if you're going to go see Dune. Don't watch it at home. Your TV's not big enough.
Or watch it at home and still support it.
TV's not big enough.
Come on over to Uncle Roman's house, people.
Roman.
Yeah.
The only reason that I'm going to see this Dune movie is because Adam is going to treat me to IMAX and buy me popcorn and agree to not get upset with me after the movie. One, if I fall asleep because it's 4 hours long. And two, if I say, what?
It's not 4 hours long.
Oh, 3 hours long.
It's 155 minutes.
I don't know what that equates to. I don't know math.
Well, 3 hours would be 180 minutes. So work that way. What are we talking about? Suicide Squad. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you guys think about the red shirts? What I mean by the red shirts is commonly in Star Trek, you have red shirted people, and everyone knows when you're watching a Star Trek episode, if they're wearing a red shirt, most likely they're going to die. So
Really?
I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Especially one scene I rewound 3 times at home because
The
I hate that guy.
Detachable kid? Oh no. Wait, are you talking about
No, Blackguard.
Oh.
Yeah, if I could have a poster of that scene on my wall, I would have it. Because butthole face does not need to be in Hollywood movies.
But didn't you pay to watch him in Kings of New York?
I did not pay.
But he did rave about the movie.
And it was a good movie.
Mm.
And it's King of Staten Island, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
But it was because of Bill Burr and Steve Buscemi that made the movie, that gave the heart to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, old Butthole Eyes, he's not the best person. He's definitely a good one to die. So there you go.
Okay, so it's kind of like when Paris Hilton got impaled in Wax Museum.
House of Wax.
House
of Wax.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this is totally off, but I was on Netflix today and she has a new show called Cooking with Paris, and I'm super excited to watch because she's so funny.
And you love cooking shows.
I do. She cooks with like friends. Like Kim
Does she
Kardashian.
hold her dog while she's cooking?
No, I think that dog's dead. I don't know, but
well, I mean, she probably has like 30 of them on a hanger.
She might. I don't know. So I just thought that was funny, but yeah. So
yeah,
red shirts. They're not literally wearing red shirts. They just
disposables.
Right. They were just out to die.
Yeah, the disposables. But when basically the red shirts started getting their comeuppance, I felt bad because I'm starting to do the math. I'm like, oh no, flag. No, not you. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say not you. And hopefully everyone will know what I'm talking about. That was painful.
I honestly would like to have seen more of TDK. I would like to have seen him throughout the whole movie.
When now the third time when I watched it, I was completely lampooning and having fun. What happened to the weasel? Okay, it reminded me very much of Balls of Fury, where it's like, I'm coming back for the love panda. Nope,
Panda's dead.
Yeah. So I thought that was absolutely excellent. Where it's like, so this I don't think is given away because it's the first 10 minutes of the film.
Not even. It's like the first 5.
Yeah. So the weasel dies. But how he dies is hilarious. But I don't feel bad because they reveal that he killed 27 kids. So bye, weasel.
If he had stayed in the movie the whole time, that would have been another trigger for me. He was just.
I just thought that the death of the weasel almost got the wheels going for like the entire movie. If he would have stayed alive, Rooker wouldn't have gotten all crazy. Blackguard wouldn't have. Tried to trick him.
Speaking of Rooker, 2 things that I caught on the third time watching. No, the first thing that I caught on was, did you notice that Killer Croc actually made the movie? Did you guys notice that? Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
Well, hear me out. No, he did. Let me explain. So when Rucker gets the ball, his character Savant gets. There's an opening scene where he throws this ball perfectly between the spot to kill this poor little bird. Okay, he picks up the red ball, and it's bloody. So he kills something, and you see a scene of him wearing Crocs.
Oh, for God's sakes!
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got me on that one.
Yeah, you know what he was doing?
I was looking
looking it up to prove you wrong because that's what type of person he is.
Oh, was it to prove him wrong? I was trying to get a picture of it.
No, it was to prove him wrong.
Wait, where is Roman? Can't be right. No.
I think that's funny.
Oh, Roman's wrong.
Oh.
So the other thing that impressed me about Savant that I picked up on the third time watching is, if you notice in the opening scene where you meet Savant, he is calculating exactly how to throw the ball and where to throw the ball to get this bird. Well, when it's revealed that he has a red shirt on and he's pretty much going to die, he's calculating in his head, and that's when he freaks out.
Yep.
Because he does a calculation, and it's like, there's no way that we're going to. Damn it, Butthole Eyes fucked us. Damn it, Butthole Eyes. Ah. And the only thing standing away from me and bullets is the guy with arms that detach. And that's another line that I absolutely love. There's some great one-liners in this. Fantastic one-liners. Where it's like, DDK, that's your name? It's just letters.
All names are letters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought that was absolutely excellent.
That whole scene inside the helicopter was great with that and the werewolf thing.
Oh my God, he's a werewolf? I've always wanted to meet a werewolf. He's not a werewolf.
I'm sitting next to a werewolf?
He's a dog. What kind of dog do you think that is? I don't know. I don't know dog breeds.
I mean, that's pure James Gunn.
That's great.
And that was James Gunn's that was like his alumni too. That was Rooker. That was Nathan Fillion. I mean, it was people.
Yeah.
And it was poor Captain Boomerang. He never stood a chance.
You know
what?
what?
It was the best thing from the first movie, and they killed him off.
No spoilers, people. Come on. No
By
spoilers.
now, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, thank you. Because when he died, that pained me. Okay, and there's a shot where he's holding up his boomerang, and right here, it was painful. I died a little bit. Too.
He died a lot.
Yeah.
Man, because he got it in two ways. He got it from the shrapnel, and then
And I was upset at how disposable Mongol was. She's like, she can take on Superman.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring him back in the Peacemaker show.
I don't know. But yeah, I have nothing really bad to say about this movie. Even the music was full on James Gunn music.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I wanted to say, and I told you the other night in trivia. One of my favorite scenes, which I thought was just so, not a lot of people would even pay attention to the way it was shot, but when Peacemaker and Flag were fighting, and half the scene was shot looking through Peacemaker's helmet on the floor. Like, that was a beautiful, beautiful scene.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about James Gunn's lingering shots and how well even those are done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good. Good old Milton.
Yeah. I was about to throw in a Milton joke. I'm like, I'm sorry, that was right after the death of Milton.
So yeah,
put on man's like, are you guys fucking
that got me right here.
You guys are messing with me, right? Like Milton. Oh, that Milton.
But no, it was absolutely enjoyable. I really enjoyed the film. If you haven't watched the Suicide Squad,
you probably shouldn't now that you've had the whole movie spoiled. But
no. If you like films with a lot of characters, which I can't remember the name all of a sudden.
Ensembles?
Thank you.
Your favorite thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ensembles.
I'm getting doing this thing where I wink at the camera all the time now.
Anyways, ensembles. If you're a really big fan of ensembles films, you're going to enjoy this. It really is a lot of fun. It's a Dirty Dozen. It really is kind of Predator-esque in terms of the characters and how badass everybody is.
That's true. Oh, that scene in the jungle.
Yes, that was a fantastic scene. Man. Oh, I didn't know that you're here. I laughed my ass off.
Why didn't my men say anything?
Why didn't my men alert me? And they're like,
we didn't see anyone.
And the usage of King Shark, Nanui.
Sure.
Is that his name?
Yeah, anyways. Nanui?
Nanui?
Something like that.
Oh.
King Shark. The use of him was perfect because you have that awkward silence and then he just shows up and he spits out a piece of the welcoming committee.
Yes.
It was just absolutely perfect.
And the escape of Starro, he's just gnawing on a guy's head the whole time.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, those are not his friends, and he learned that friends are not num num.
yeah, friends are not num num.
So he learned
This is num num.
that is num num.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Nanui, num num, num num, num num.
Num num.
And I am a huge Starro fan. I was really happy to see Starro come out. I know it's a silly thing because it's a starfish that's from space that has other starfish inside of him to try to take you over psionically. But he was the first villain that the Justice League fought in 1960. So I mean, come on, give him some love. Even though the whole time watching him walk through the city, I just kept hearing, "Hey, SpongeBob!" in my head.
See, in my head, I went to Maggie in The Simpsons.
Oh my God.
With her
Her
snowsuit
little
on.
snowsuit.
Oh yeah, that's precisely where my head
man.
went. So it's funny you bring SpongeBob up because I'm thinking just Maggie.
Oh, please put a
Sincerely.
side by side of that up. Oh, little Maggie. So,
Oh, it was adorable. But
Adorable.
I think adorable.
so are we rating? We don't really.
Let's
need to,
rate
but-
because I was.
We are
about to-
pirates, so let's raid.
Yeah. No, I was about to come up with a poop joke. So poop deck joke. So yeah, please let's go ahead and rate this thing.
Okay.
Let's go, ladies
What was
first.
that?
I don't want to know.
It was-
I don't either.
It was YouTube. Oh, me. I'm lady.
You are lady.
I am lady. I give it an A minus.
Okay. Why a minus? Out of curiosity.
Because it wasn't a plus.
It wasn't a plus.
All right, fair enough. That deserves some popcorn and IMAX time.
It was a fun movie. It was a fun movie with good humor, some standout characters, standout roles, and it made Deadpool look like it should be PG with this as far as gore goes.
And it had num nums.
And num nums, but not
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds num nums. If it had Ryan Reynolds, it would have been an A plus. There you go. That's my answer.
Well, they should have brought Ryan Reynolds as part of the squad to invade the beach in his.
This is Green Lantern.
getup. Yeah,
Ah,
I bet you $5 he would have done it. I bet you $5
probably
he would have
would've.
done
he would have.
I mean, look what he did to the Green Lantern in Deadpool 2. So
it. Welcome to the big time, Mr. Reynolds. Anyways, I'll go next, and then Adam, why don't you carry us home? I give this thing honestly a B plus. I give it a B plus, and the reason why it's not an A is the thinker. Mainly, it was kind of disappointing. There was a couple of things that I really enjoyed, but it's just that one little thing. A few things annoyed me, and the thinker was one of them. In terms of his usage, I really liked how he was portrayed in the Flash television show. I thought that was very good. So I think that part of was the issue is that you give me a thinker that I'm familiar with, and even in the comics, and he really wasn't. He looked more like Gazoo from the Flintstones.
Was Peter Capaldi the one in the Flash or no? Oh, okay.
No.
All right. That's all. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, so B plus for me, but it's still absolutely enjoyable. I enjoy it. I look forward to watching it again. So Adam,
With your 6-year-old son. Adam, you're next.
yeah, I give it a
Never.
solid. I give it a solid A. For me, the one thing that didn't do it for me was the whole rat catcher thing. With it not with them changing the origin around a little, but that's not even a gripe. I don't really have a gripe. I don't give it an A plus or A minus because it's just an A to me. It was a James Gunn film. I knew what I was going into. It was not only a James Gunn film, it was a real James Gunn film where he had, full control over everything, and it shows. And I absolutely love everything that he's ever done like that. I mean, come on, Slither, great movie, fantastic movie. And it was another ensemble cast. He loves ensemble casts. He does great with ensemble casts. It's like It's like what Guardians of the Galaxy should have been, without the stink of Disney all over it. But yeah, I give it a solid A.
Okay. All right. Well, that's our selections. We want to hear. Yeah, that's not a.
Did you just do this?
Yeah, I tried to make an A.
Oh no, no,
buddy. I got two conversations I want to have with you. One is the alphabet. Two is birds and bees, buddy.
I didn't do this
You weren't too far off
yet. I made a fat one.
Dude. Hey, easy, Diamond Dallas Page, easy. All right, so those are our grades. We want to hear what you graded. Please comment below, of course. And as always, we look forward to interacting with you and doing more fun stuff with you here on Cinemadness podcast.
And subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. That's what gives us the algorithm love that YouTube has given us. That stupid algorithm that if you don't subscribe, we don't get seen.
Yeah, it's kind of like Starro. If you subscribe, we become bigger, and things come out of our bodies, and we spit it onto people's faces. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to think that it was conditioned, and then I realized no, it's reaction being popular. So please, let me spew out stars like apparently I have on Adam's face. All right. Well, I think that's all for us today. All our wonderful ways that you can find us, I believe, are down below in our comments and everything. So we look forward to coming back at you with more fun stuff.
I'm back at you.